So where and when were you born?
I was born in Australia and in 1970s.
And so who are your parents?
My parents, my father's from Hong Kong. My mother's from Hong Kong, and she was a nurse, and my father's from Singapore, and he's a doctor. So.
Okay. So what school did you attend, and what did you study in university?
Now I went to Our Lady of Mercy College in Parramatta, and I went to Macquarie University and I studied teaching. So I'm a teacher, but I haven't taught in over 20 years. So.
Right. So what influence did your parents have in your life and leading to the religious life that you have?
Both my parents are converts, but I don't know if you know about converts, but once they become Catholics, they become extremely enthusiastic and devoted to their faith. So my father was a great influence, and my mother as well. But when I became, but they still were Chinese, they still wanted me to study and to do well and to go to uni and to do all the regular things. So it was hard for them to accept that I was going to give up everything. And what made it harder was that my little sister, 6 months after I did, joined the convent as well. So we both gave up our careers. We both graduated from uni. We were both on a good path. But we gave up everything to enter the convent, and we don't visit our families once we go in. So it's very unusual that I'm out. I'm usually dressed like this and in the monastery. So.
Okay. So were there any major idols or other influences other than your parents that had an impact on your life as a sister?
I think the main grace that I got before is that I had a yearning to know the truth about my faith and to learn what the church actually teaches, and the devotion that I had to Our Lady and the Eucharist. That was the greatest influence in my life. I don't think that I would have gotten a vocation if I didn't have those two devotions, but it wasn't anything that anybody did. It just happened. It was the grace of God that it happened that way, that I actually fell into it, because I didn't know anything before. I didn't know anything about the church. I didn't know anything about my faith.
So can you expand more on your vocation, because we're doing that now, and we just want to get more.
My vocation as a nun.
Yeah.
Now, our vocation is totally dedicated to prayer for the church, the Holy Father, and the country that we're in. And we do this by we sort of in what we call enclosed monasteries, so we're apart from the world. So we don't go out. We don't go out to dinner. We don't go out to the movies. We don't have internet. All our whole life is dedicated to praying for people in this country, for the church, and for everybody in the church. And we do this through Mass every day, perpetual adoration of the Eucharist, and what we call the Divine Office, which is the singing of the Psalms 7 times a day. And we also do work and prayer and penance. We sacrifice ourselves so that you have graces in the church, and we do a lot, that behind our closed garden walls,
So did the school did the school you attend did the school attend have an impact on your decision to enter a religious life?
Not really. I became familiar with with sisters and that, but my real decision became afterwards when I was at university, and I was really looking to know what the church teaches. The school taught me a lot about devotion to Our Lady, which I'm always grateful for. They taught me the beautiful prayers to Our Lady, and it was from that, that I had the devotion to Our Lady, so I'm really grateful for that. But it really came at the time when I was becoming a fully mature adult, when I wanted to decide to really know what my faith taught, so.
So what are the sacraments linked with becoming a member of the Catholic Church? What are the sacraments linked with becoming a member of the Church?
The sacrament that makes you a part of the Catholic Church is baptism, and the whole vows that any religious takes are based on those baptismal vows. And when you're baptized, you become a member of the church. That is your membership. So,
do you want to ask a other question?
What really inspired you to become a sister?
I felt a calling when I saw a poster on the back of our parish church, and it said, "Me as something nun, why not?" It wasn't our order, it was a different order, and I thought, oh, that's a bit silly, that poster, but the thought wouldn't come out of my mind, and it kept going in my mind, in my heart, until I finally said, "Oh God, if you want me to be a nun, then you'll have to do it, because I can't do it on my own." And I didn't have any peace until I said that prayer. And when I said that prayer, I had a complete and utter joy. And it's the joy and the peace that you get from doing God's will that step by step it led me to becoming a nun.
How did it change you as a person?
Completely. You give up everything. You have to, and it hasn't. The process is continuous. I don't think it'll stop until the end of, until I die, until I'm 15 minutes after I'm buried. Your conversion or your coming closer to God is something that happens every single day. So I'm still changing. It's changed me a lot already. I've become a lot less selfish, I think, but I still have a lot of selfishness in me, and that will also change. The older I get, the more closer to Christ I get. Those faults in you will change you. Will be changed. So.
Okay.
Alright, thank you for everything.
Thanks for your time.
And thanks for telling us a lot about the religious life.
Thank you.